And hello. I am delighted to say that I'm being joined today by Lisa Mackay, a naturopath and metabolic balance practitioner based in Western Australia in Perth. A big hello to you, Lisa.
Hi, Cherry. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thank you. It's great that you're here. So you came on board with Metabolic Balance, I believe, in September 22.
I did.
But you actually are a very experienced naturopath.
Yeah, so I've been a naturopath for 23 years and love being a naturopath and
Yeah.
very much wanted to um, expand my experience and knowledge with metabolic balance.
So I'm intrigued. So what really drew you as a very experienced naturopath to bring on metabolic balance?
So I was getting great results with weight loss, but there was just something missing and I couldn't quite work out what it was. I had seen some other
Mm-hmm.
colleagues who had started to utilize metabolic balance, and I
Yeah.
was just going, there seems to be some amazing results. And I looked further into it and decided to delve in and do the extensive training with you. And
Mm-hmm.
it was one of the best things I've done for my clients and also for myself.
Awesome. So have you done metabolic balance yourself? Are you would you mind sharing maybe how you found it for your own health?
Absolutely. So I did it while I'm perimenopausal, and I
Ah,
thought that
okay,
was
yeah.
a really good idea to make sure that I set myself up for a really nice journey moving forward. And
Mm-hmm.
it was just brilliant because, as we know, we're often told that once we get into perimenopause or menopause, that um, kind of that's how it's going to be. Whatever the symptoms are, the extra
Mm,
muffin top, the spreads, or all the other
yeah.
variety of things that we're taught or told. And as a
It's
naturopath, I was
almost
like,
normalized, isn't it? That it's the idea of having problems is just somehow normalized in a very
yeah,
strange way.
yeah, and that we're told that kind of like we have to put up with it, or people don't talk about it. So that was
Yeah.
probably my biggest pull on it, was that I'd seen so many clients struggling and then feeling like that was their lot in life, which is so not
Mhm.
the case. So I did it. I loved it. I actually just jumped in and delved in, and I'll do anything that I can do that my clients do so that I can experience it as well, and I can know exactly how
Mhm.
they're feeling, what they're doing, and
Yeah.
the results as well, which were brilliant. And it was just so easy, and the flexibility and the variety was just perfect. I loved it. I still love it. I still use it as a maintenance.
Great. So it's interesting, isn't it, that as a naturopath, a very experienced naturopath, who has been also supporting women for over 20 years, you were still seeing that you needed this extra information
Oh,
and looking for that extra information. What metabolic balance gives you.
and I think 100% Cherry, it was very much, I think the thing that caught me, and a lot of my clients also say, it's that uniqueness, it's that pathology that makes the
Mm,
key difference. Obviously, there's other things that are involved with, your dislikes of
mhm,
food and medications and
mhm,
ailments and
mhm,
conditions,
mhm,
but it's being that unique. It's not a one size fits all. And that's where the key is for me.
mhm.
And my certainty with metabolic balance is absolute, because I've seen the most amazing results, and seeing people's faces and their lives totally being transformed and regaining their life again and confidence
Yeah.
is just, that's exactly what I do it for.
I think that's kind of a really nice summary as well. What how I see it as well, that it's that regaining, that restoring, the rebalancing, the coming back to the true sense of feeling like yourself when
Yeah,
you do MB. Would you
yeah.
kind of agree with that?
100%. And I mean, a lot of my clients will come to me for weight loss. That's their initial foot in the door. The
Yeah.
bonuses that they get, and they tell me after they're on their journey, reducing their cholesterol, reducing their blood pressure, feeling
Mm-hmm.
fabulous, looking fabulous, more energy,
Mm.
more relaxed. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. So it's an all in one program that I think is
Yeah.
the keystone for getting results.
Yeah. Have you got any sort of favorite clients that you can think of? I mean, like, obviously, just sharing as is appropriate here.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
is there any sort of client stories that you would share?
Look, I've had some amazing clients, I must admit. The ones that I think are my favorites
Yeah.
are the ones that come in a little bit hesitant. They're not sure. And
Mm.
it's their decision. I will never force
Mm-hmm.
anyone to do anything they don't want to do. But
Mm. We can't. Yeah.
no,
Mm.
and they're the ones that they're responsible. So them coming in, not quite sure, but knowing they need to change, and with the
Yeah.
accountability and the skills and the knowledge as a naturopath that I am, and the program, and all the other tools that I bring to
Mm.
the table, 30 kilos, and
Mm-hmm.
they've released 30 kilos. They're just smiling. They're just loving
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have, I mean, like, have you had sort of people, the feedback sometimes saying that it's hard to stick to or hard to do? Have you had that kind of feedback?
Mm,
Because that's sometimes what I hear.
yeah. Um, there might be
What would you
moment.
say if somebody says,
Yeah,
I've heard somebody say
yeah,
that it's hard to stick to the program. What would you say to that?
yeah. I believe it's all mindset, without a doubt.
Yeah.
That's where the accountability and that's where the coaching comes in. That's
Yeah.
another thing that I love about metabolic balance is that it is a program and that it is set up
Hmm.
for a sense of
Yeah.
accountability. So we're here as naturopaths to
Yeah.
take you step by step, give you the little tools and the tricks to how to navigate through every
Yeah.
single situation. I always tell
Yeah.
my clients, when you're struggling, that's
Yeah.
when you need to come and see me the most or talk to me the most, because I will be
Yes.
able to assist you in getting a result or
Hmm.
knowing how to navigate any situation. There is no situation I cannot navigate. Seen it, been it,
Yeah.
heard it,
Hmm.
and there's always a solution.
Hmm.
So, yes and
Hmm.
no. However, we
Hmm.
will always come up with a solution on
Yeah.
what the best thing is for them.
And that's kind of, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Because I suppose one of the things I often think about hard is we all have to choose our hard, and being unwell and exhausted and digestive issues and migraines and not being able to get out of bed or just feeling really awful in yourself, to me that's hard work every single day. And then it's like eating 3 meals of fresh food every day and drinking the right amount of cool water and just, I don't know, looking after yourself with your food. Sometimes I'm a little bit like, why is that hard? But I know. So it's just, how would you think about that?
Yeah, and I think I hear exactly what you're saying. It's then teaching and explaining that, leaning into the program and taking
Mm,
away that concept of hard, where everything's organized, you're prepared, you
mm,
know what choices you have. So it actually makes it easier rather than hard. So it's just an
yeah.
interpretation or perception. I have a lot of
Mm,
clients who have had
yeah.
potentially emergencies or situations happen in their life or their families, and they've messaged me and said, I'm so grateful I had metabolic balance to then lean into, because I didn't have to think. My
Hmm.
food was organized, it was
Mm,
prepped, and that was one less thing I
mm,
had to even think about. And that's the where the
mm.
magic is.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So your specialty is helping people with perimenopause, menopause.
Yes.
Yeah, is that correct?
It is. I also
And
happen to have a
so,
lot of metabolic. I also happen to have a lot of fly in, fly out clients, males as well.
okay,
Which
right, yeah, of
again, I wasn't
course.
sure how that was going to
Yeah, of
work,
course.
but it's been brilliant, and they've been successful. So it's always about
Yeah,
the attitude and how we can make it work for
yeah,
them.
yeah, that's really cool. So
Mm.
with men, would you say it's different style of coaching?
Oh, completely, absolutely, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
It is, and it's not good or bad. It's just different. Um,
No.
and I love
Yeah.
working with the blokes as well. I think they're brilliant. So yeah, it's a different kind of conversation that we'll
Mm.
have.
I think often it's that whole just sort of just tell me what I need to do and let me do it
100%.
often. And it's like, yeah, they just kind of they get on with it and suddenly everything is just falling into place.
Yeah, yeah. And the beautiful thing about metabolic balance, which I always tell my clients, is that's a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle program. It is such a
Mm.
beautiful program
Mm-hmm.
that you have to lean into each and every day. And if you go on a holiday or
Mm.
whatever, so many clients come back and they're just like, Lisa, I cannot wait to get back into the program. They're craving that feeling of wellness and feeling fabulous again and light and
Yeah.
vital again. So
Mm.
how much better can
Mm.
it get? That's brilliant.
Mm. It's interesting, isn't it? That I mean, like, just when you're saying that, it makes me think how but you often don't know what it really feels to be truly well because a lot of times the when you have problems when you've had ongoing digestive or sort of immune or any kind of hormonal imbalances you that becomes your normal so you almost don't really realize what your potential truly is.
100%. And that's what metabolic balance does because the
Mm.
results um, are rapid and you do get amazing feedback from your body very quickly in such a
Mhm.
positive way. So it's so
Mm.
inspiring for the individual to want to keep on going because they can feel the difference so quickly, which is brilliant. Our body, if we give it the right food, if we give it the right combination specifically for them, the individual, human being, our body will do exactly what it needs to do, which is restore, repair, and go into a sense of balance and homeostasis. We just have to feed it the correct items, and that's what metabolic balance does. It takes all the guessing out of what is right for you, what is the best combination, how much to be having. And it's just, yeah, it's just such a simple little
Mm.
system, but profoundly effective.
I think yes, that's summed it up kind of
Mm.
very perfectly in my experience as well. Is there anything else you would like to share with people who may be considering either working with you with metabolic balance or just considering metabolic balance as a program in general?
Yeah. Look, I think it's really important to reach out to either myself or whoever is relevant for you to just have a conversation. So I think most
Mm.
practitioners will offer a free 15-minute chat to see if it's the right fit for the
Mm.
person.
Mm-hmm.
So just jumping on a call and connecting and just having a conversation just to see if it's something that will work for you and works for your lifestyle. And, so many people comment to me and I get the referrals. I suppose the biggest thing is the referrals because everyone goes, whatever they've done, I want that as well. So, which is brilliant.
Yes.
How perfect's that?
Yeah.
Whatever they're doing,
Uh,
that's amazing.
yeah. It almost brings to mind that scene from When Harry Met Sally. I'm having what she's having.
Absolutely.
Showing
Actually,
my
that's
age there. But
I was just going to say that would be really
yeah.
good to do as a little, stint for metabolic balance. Whatever she's having, I'm having. That's brilliant.
You let me have it too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because it is
exactly.
actually that, isn't it?
It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And that's
And
the
it's
biggest
that
thing.
mm, anything good starts from actually a conversation, doesn't it? You've got to almost push yourself out your comfort zone and say nothing good happens in your comfort zone. So
Yeah.
nothing changes from doing what you've always done. But when you want change, do something different, and actually I say do something that really makes sense, which
Yeah.
is eat the right foods.
Yeah. It always starts with the right food, doesn't it? No matter what you're doing, the
It
right
does. It
food
does. Yeah.
is essential. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Because there's often, if we were even explore it further, there's plenty of other potential things that that are marketed at people to do. There's all
Mm.
different. There's new medications on the market. There's meal replacement shakes and all this kind of stuff, and there's all these sort of quick fixes. What would you say about all of that?
Oh, look, most of my clients have often said they've tried everything and
Yeah,
it's
been
not
there, done
worked.
that.
Yeah, and it's not sustainable because it's not
Yeah.
changing what they're eating
Mm.
and how they're eating and how much they're eating. So
Hmm.
no matter what, we're still got to eat this food. So why not just
Yeah.
go straight to the source and do something like metabolic balance or do metabolic balance
Mm.
because you just take the guess out of it. And you
Mm.
commented about something about the just a bit earlier. One thing that came to mind I've heard quite often, even a client today was saying their food bill is so much less. They're saving money doing this program, which is
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah. 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 They're often actually eating more, I would probably say. They're often eating more of just the great stuff,
Yeah.
and they're not spending money on actually expensive snacks
Yeah.
and takeouts and things like that, which are actually quite an expensive way to eat.
Exactly, exactly. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I would
Mm.
only recommend. I absolutely love metabolic balance, and I think it's just such
Yeah.
a wonderful program, and I'm just so grateful that I was able
Mm.
to do the training in it.
Mm. And I think you can only say that when you really see the results in
Oh,
clients, can't you? I mean, it's always about results we see in our clients.
100%. Even for myself, though, Cherry, to see, I mean, I'm
Mm.
healthy anyway, but that perimenopause is
Mm.
always a bit of a doozy, which not
You
everyone's
never
gone
know.
through yet. Yeah, look,
Yeah.
but,
Mm.
yeah, it doesn't have to be a challenge. It doesn't have to be how everyone says.
Mm.
It doesn't have to be how your mum went through it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just creating
Mm.
your own
Mm.
reality and creating the best
Mm.
foundations that you possibly
Mm.
can to navigate through what should be an absolutely wonderful time of your life.
Mm. Yeah, a natural time.
Yeah,
It's a natural
100%.
transition
Yeah,
into, a beautiful, 30 or 40 years of just of that time after
that's
menopause.
right. That's it,
Mm.
100%. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love doing what I do. Like, 23 years as a naturopath, that's quite a while. And it's
Yes.
just such a joy to see my clients wherever they are in their journey with metabolic balance. And a few other gorgeous ones, like my favorite clients, is hearing that, you know, clients have actually got pregnant whilst, doing or finishing
Oh, that's so
metabolic
cool,
balance.
isn't it?
So I've got
Yeah.
a postgrad in natural fertility, and I kid you not, this is just the be all end all for helping, you know,
Mm.
couples with
Mm.
their journey. And then what a
Mm.
beautiful way to set up their body for
Mm.
the baby and the birth.
Yeah.
And, it just is, it's
Mm.
never ending. It's just such a beautiful,
Mm.
beautiful
Yeah.
experience. And then
Yeah.
teaching new and upcoming kids, generations, grandparents or parents,
Mm.
the the basics of eating, the joy of eating natural, healthy foods, teaching those skills, those habits, because that is a big thing that I see clients tell me as well, that their kids are watching them and they're learning how to eat well for themselves.
Yeah, it's the ripple effect, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a legacy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I think one of the most profound legacies you could leave behind for your family is how to eat well and healthy.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I love there's many beautiful metabolic balance babies out there that,
Mm.
from being conceived from healthy bodies, healthy balanced bodies, and there's no better environment for a baby to grow as well from a body, from a woman who's really in a beautiful place of balance to grow that baby.
Yeah. And then one of my clients who did get pregnant after she'd done metabolic balance has just messaged me, which is what I love. They keep in touch.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
best after. So after she's had her gorgeous little bubba, she said it's the best she's felt.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a few kids. She said, this is the best I've ever
Yeah.
felt after, because it wasn't always good
Yeah.
previously. And how perfect's that?
Mm. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's just beautiful. Thanks
Mm.
for sharing that. I never get tired of hearing the of the journeys that people have with when they really look after themselves and get that balance back, and
Yeah.
what they can then what's their potential. It's that potential I just think is so cool.
Yeah. Clarity of mind, the clearing of the brain fog, more energy, more
Yeah.
vitality, the list goes
Mm-hmm,
on. Where
mm-hmm,
does it stop? Where does it start?
mm,
It's a definite must. I think even if you're not needing to lose weight, just to be feeling absolutely fabulous within yourself, it's a
yeah.
no-brainer.
Yeah. I mean, it's just at the very end, if we were to even touch on that losing weight, because I mean that's one side effect, really, isn't it? It's a
Yeah.
side effect that people have from getting their health into balance.
Yep, 100%. And reducing inflammation and just,
Yeah.
yeah, it is
Yeah.
a side effect, but sometimes or often is the main reason people
It's
walk in the door, which is
yeah,
fine.
it's sometimes the main reason gets people on board, but I love it when we can just share, gaining the weight came from a place of imbalance and just not feeling right.
Yeah,
So if we can just get you into a healthy place, really into a healthy place, then we just sit back and see what happens.
yeah, yeah. It's blissful.
Yeah. All right, so wonderful. So thank you ever so much, Lisa, for joining me. It's been wonderful to talk to you, and I'm obviously delighted that you came on board and introduced metabolic balance into your practice. And I really look forward to hearing more of your success stories over the coming months and years.
Beautiful. And thank you so much, Cherry, for all the support that you give all of us in Australia and New Zealand. We are totally appreciative of it. And thank you for bringing it in or keeping it in Australia, Metabolic Balance.
Yeah. No, thank you for that. Wonderful. Thanks so much.